What's up, guys? Welcome back to Showing These Small Engines. A friend of mine has this Murray mower that's sat outside for the winter, and obviously come to start this spring and it's not starting. So we're going to get this thing cleaned up, tuned up. All right, so we're going to dig in right away. This is an EX550 Briggs and Stratton, has this plastic carb. We're going to make sure it has compression and spark right off the bat. Real quick, just want to make sure it has oil, just in case it starts. It has some. Not a lot, but we won't let it run along anyway. I'm going to do a whole tune-up once we get it started. So first thing I want to do, make sure it has spark and compression. I'm going to take this air box off. We're going to chuck this air filter right away. And we're going to spray some fuel in here, see if we can get this thing to start for a second. Before I do that, I just want to show you that it's not starting. All right, so you see it didn't start. Let's get some fuel in here. Gonna get it past that butterfly. Some might squirt out, that's okay. All right, so that did exactly what I wanted it to do, start for a few seconds. If it keeps running, that's a good sign too. That means, the carb's not as dirty as we thought, but it shut off after a second. That just means it, burnt up what fuel we sprayed in there. So let's get this carb off. I'll show you how to get this cover off and get this whole thing off. I like to take the tank off separately because I want to drain this and get it real cleaned out. Now to get this cover off, you got to kind of pry down on these little tabs in the front. Be careful not to break them. So a little clip in there, okay? Little clips in here. And then this will fold back. Usually what I do is I just kind of hold this back a little bit so I can get to that bolt. I don't want to take this whole thing off. I don't want to try to break these tabs coming off. They're a pain in the butt to get off. So with an 8mm, we'll hit this one. And then 2 on the sides. And we'll get this whole thing up and out of the way. I'm going to blow out some of this grime quick. All right, now I'm going to clamp off this fuel line. About there. And remove these 2 bolts. On the outside, they're 8mm. And the 2 inner ones are 7mm. Don't get these screwed up because the threads are different. Pull that airbox out of the way. Now we'll move the hose clamp. Pull up on the fuel tank. You should be able to walk that guy off. All right, I'm going to set that out of the way. I'm going to drain all this and get all this old fuel out of here. Now we can pull forward on the carb. Sometimes this little O-ring and collar stay on they'll stay on the intake, which is okay. We'll come back for that. We'll tilt this up. We're going to tilt it to the side. We'll pop the governor linkage out of the back, and then in the front here, we'll pop the auto choke lever out. So now we have the carb off. We'll take it over and get it a good clean. Now there's going to be some fuel in there, so we'll hold it on the side while we take these 7mm bolts out of the bottom. And now you can either use a big screwdriver to try to pry apart here, or a tiny one and get in here. And we're just going to break that seal. And then we'll let all the fuel run into the bolt here. Okay. Some kind of dirty fuel in there. A little bit of water in there. We're going to rinse this out real good. And you can see some bad dirt at the bottom here too. Rinse it out. We'll pull the jets and give those a good cleaning as well. All right, to get to the jets, I'm going to get under here. I can already see there's a little bit of dirt in front of this one, but the hole's good here, which is good. We'll get under here. Small screwdriver will pry down and get that to pop. Now, some fuel will probably come out of there sometimes, sometimes not. And here's our main jet, emulsion tube. So these jets all look good. We'll just make sure we can get some carb clean through them. You want to be careful not to blow too much air through here because this jet can go flying across the room and you'll never find it. All right, if this is really dirty, you can actually take this piece off here. You can actually pull this plastic piece off and get down to like the emulsion tube and get it nice and clean, but everything's going through nice and clean. I think this is more of a case of some bad gas and water in there. So that looks pretty good. We put this back together. The rubber gasket goes on this far side here where the little collar is down inside, and that'll pop in place just like that. I'm going to pop up here on this, on the float pin here, and just take a look at the needle. Looks pretty good. But that's real indented right here at the top. You're not going to get a good seal. Make sure that that's nice and clean down there. Sometimes I see that get corroded. Usually blow a little bit of air through there. Make sure nothing's in the way. And that looks good. So put that back together. Do a little test here with blowing some air through here. Make sure that that is seating. And it is. You can just use your mouth if you have to. But if you're getting a lot of leaking out of your carb, that's probably because that needle isn't closing. Now when this bowl goes on, this little cutout here goes where that little nipple is. So we're going to go in that direction. Line up your holes and press it down. When threading these guys, I like to go backwards until I get like a little click and push in. Otherwise you create new threads and you strip this out, and then it won't get a good seal. You don't over tighten that. You can also strip out that plastic, and then you're in trouble. You get the O-ring and the collar here to put in. They were still on the mower. Just inspect your O-ring, make sure it's not crushed or broken anywhere. That creates a seal. The intake, then this collar will clip in place. And now we're ready to go back on the machine. Before I do that, I'm going to drain the fuel real quick. All right, doesn't look bad. I do see some dirt at the bottom. Inside the tank, I can see a little bit of debris down by the filter. So I'm going to give this a good washing with some carb clean and the air hose real quick. All right, nice and shiny at the bottom now and clean. So we can put everything back on the machine and see if we can get it to start. All right, we're going to put the auto choke linkage in first. And then we'll turn and put the governor linkage in. Now this will drop down and should slide right in place real easy, and then actually click into place. There we go. Okay, just want to double check everything's moving correctly. Put the fuel tank on. Slides in these little grooves here on the shroud. We'll connect our fuel line and the hose clamp. Clean out our air box. Make sure the back is nice and clean too, because it's got to sit up against this gasket. So make sure the back is nice and clean, the airbox clean. This hose goes on there. This little breather here goes in this little groove here, and then these little pins go right into these holes here. Just like that. 2 7mm screws. Nice and easy. And the 2 8mm screws. New air filter. And airbox cover. I'll put this cover on. And then the 3 bolts. Now this shroud will come down. We'll pop that in place, and then these little tabs in the front. All right, let's get some fresh non-ethanol gas in here. Highly recommend non-ethanol gas, and see if we can get this thing started. I'm not going to run it long just because the oil was low and dirty, but I'm going to do a full tune-up as long as this is running. All right, we'll give that a second to fill, and let's see if we can start it. All right, that sounds real good. I'm going to keep an eye on here, make sure there's no leaks. You know, you'll see fuel come out of here if that needle isn't seating. Right now it looks pretty good. I'm going to go through, change oil, sharpen the blade, and do the rest of those things. But from my buddy here. But anyway, that's it. It's a quick carb clean. Flush that fuel system. You let that fuel sit in there more than 3 to 6 months. It's probably going to have a hard time starting or a hard time running. It's a good idea to use that non-ethanol fuel. That'll definitely make it last longer and give you more time to more leeway before that fuel starts to go bad. Got any questions, guys? Hit me up in the comments. You can check out my other channels here, or my other videos here on my channel there. And catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.